The rejuvenation of the Arsenal defenders came to a head in the 97-98 season when Arsenal won their second league and cup double. On the 3rd of May 98, Arsenal hosted Everton, requiring just a win to secure the title, and they won the game 4-0 with the new free-flowing style that Wenger had implemented. The fourth goal produced the most iconic moment that highlighted this, when veteran defenders Steve Bould and Tony Adams combined to produce a stunning goal, with the former setting up the latter, who smashed in a superb volley. During the 90s, Arsenal won 2 league titles, 2 FA Cups, a League Cup and the Cup Winners' Cup, including a domestic cup double in 93 and a League and FA Cup double in 98. They also finished runners-up in the Cup Winners' Cup and the League during this decade. The club's 2 most successful modern-day managers both oversaw the success, with George Graham reigning in the early part of the decade, and in the latter part of the decade it was Arsene Wenger. Wenger completely revolutionised the style of play and turned the Arsenal into one of the most attractive teams in Europe. So let's take a look at some of the top guns from the decade. Here's my top 5 defenders from the 90s. Steve Bould joined Arsenal in the summer of 88 and immediately settled into the team, winning the title in 89, the club's first title in 18 years. In 1991, Bould made 50 appearances as part of the famous back five, securing another league title, with the Gunners losing just 1 game all season and conceding just 18 goals. Bould was named as the fans' player of the year the following season, and in 92-93 he helped Arsenal to a famous domestic cup double. Unfortunately for Steve Bould, he was injured for both the finals. This allowed his deputiser Andy Linnigan to grab the headlines by scoring a last-minute winner in extra time of the FA Cup final replay against Sheffield Wednesday. The trophies kept pouring in for the defender, winning the Cup Winners' Cup in 94 and also a League and Cup double in 98. He played a major role in the season, despite his place coming under threat from Martin KEOWN, who comes in at number 5. KEOWN had rejoined the Gunners in February 93 after initially graduating from the youth team in the 80s. A great man marker with a real temperament, KEOWN was unable to feature in Arsenal's domestic cup triumphs of 93 due to being cup tied. He however made 46 appearances the following season, but again missed out on cup final glory as he was injured for the 94 Cup Winners' Cup victory. KEOWN did play in the Cup Winners' Cup final the next year, but unfortunately that one ended with heartache. He continued battling with Steve Bould for a starting role over the next couple of years, and just as he seemed to be winning that battle, Arsene Wenger decided to favour Bould more often than KEOWN in the 97-98 double season. He made 27 appearances that season, but still was a major part of the success, and over the next couple of years he made the position his own. Another member of the famous backline was Bould's former teammate at Stoke, Lee DIXON, who had joined the club 6 months earlier in 88. DIXON had to initially fight for his place during the 89 title-winning season, but by the time the 1991 season came around, he was an established, ever-present member, scoring 6 times as Arsenal won the league again. The adventurous right-back was ever-present again the year after, helping himself to another 4 goals. In 92-93 he was suspended for Arsenal's League Cup final win, but played in the FA Cup final and replay. And in 94, DIXON helped Arsenal to another trophy, the Cup Winners' Cup. By the time Arsene Wenger had joined in 96, DIXON was part of an ageing back 4, and Wenger had initially planned on replacing them, but decided against it after working with them, and it paid dividends as they formed the base for the 97-98 double winning season. DIXON continued as the first choice right back for a few more years and retired in 2002, having made 619 appearances for the club and scoring 28 goals. Lee Dixon is number 2. Not bad given the fact that he had initially been kept out of the team by a left back, Nigel Winterburn, who comes in at number 3. Winterburn signed for Arsenal in summer '87 from Wimbledon, initially deputising at right back alongside the likes of Tony Adams and David O'Leary. O'Leary is the club's record appearance holder with a staggering 722 appearances for Arsenal. Winterburn's first taste of success came in '89 when the Gunners won the title in the most dramatic of circumstances by beating leaders Liverpool at Anfield 2-0. The second goal was the title clincher. In the 91 season, Arsenal won the title again and Nigel Winterburn played in every single match during the campaign. The left-back continued being part of the Arsenal furniture throughout the decade, helping Arsenal to the Domestic Cup double of '93 and the Cup Winners' Cup triumph of '94. When Arsene Wenger was appointed in '96, his revolutionary methods helped prolong the career of Winterburn and his fellow defenders. And Winterburn tasted glory again the following year, playing a huge part in the double winning side, making 49 appearances. It was the last trophy he won with the club and he moved on to West Ham in 2000. Nigel Winterburn made 584 appearances for the Gunners, scoring 12 times, and was an integral part of the famous Arsenal backline in the 90s, alongside the likes of DIXON, BOULD, Adams, KEOWN, and goalkeeper of the decade, David SEAMAN. SEAMAN had signed for Arsenal in 1990 for 1.3 million, a British record fee for a goalkeeper at the time. He was Arsenal's number 1 goalkeeper for the entirety of the decade, collecting trophy after trophy, and he conceded just 18 goals in the 91 season. The calm, collected and ever-alert keeper made match-winning saves throughout the campaign. And he continued excelling as Arsenal picked up both domestic trophies in '93, and David Seaman put in a stunning performance in the '94 Cup Winners' Cup final, helping Arsenal to secure the trophy. Safe hands produced heroics the following year in the Cup Winners' Cup semi-final against Sampdoria, making 3 saves in the penalty shootout. Unfortunately though, he was left with egg on his face in the final against Real Zaragoza when he was caught out by a freak 45-yard lob that lost Arsenal the game, the famous Naeem from the halfway line incident. The keeper soon bounced back though, and he again produced penalty heroics in '96, this time for the national side in Euro '96. David Seaman won the first of his 2 league and cup doubles with Arsenal in 1998, in between the sticks behind the centre-back pairing of Steve Bould, who comes in at number 4. And Captain Fantastic Tony Adams, a one-club man, a rare breed, defender of the decade. Having joined Arsenal as a schoolboy in 1980, Adams made his debut for Arsenal aged just 17 and was a first-team regular by the time he won his first trophy in '87. In '88, he became club captain aged just 21. Winning 2 titles in '89 and '91, Adams was the leader of a defence that had become famed for its offside trap and its ability to shut up shop. The defender's battle with alcohol addiction had been much publicised over the years. He served a 2-month prison sentence during the 1991 season for a drink driving offence. He is perhaps the most high-profile football player to recover from alcohol addiction, and the arrival of Arsene Wenger in '96 was a huge contributor towards this. He played a massive role in Arsenal's cup successes of the mid-90s, scoring in the FA Cup semi-final against Spurs on the way to winning the trophy. And in the 93 League Cup final, he was involved in a bizarre incident during the celebrations after the game. He dropped match winner Steve Morrow, who consequently broke his arm. In 94, Adam scored an important goal in the quarter-final of the Cup Winners' Cup, helping Arsenal on their way to yet another trophy. The defining moment of the defender's career came in 98, scoring that wonderful goal against Everton to clinch the title over rivals Manchester United. Adams hung up his playing boots in 2002 after winning yet another League and Cup double with Arsenal. He amassed a total of 669 appearances and scored 48 goals, winning 10 major trophies, and is one of a handful of players to have won the league over 3 different decades. Mr. Arsenal is number 1. So that's my top 5 defenders from the 90s. Do you agree? Let us know in the comments down below your top 5. Thanks for watching this video, and please do subscribe, like and share this video. Also follow us on Twitter too. Remember to keep safe during this global pandemic and stay gooned.